everybody, let's go. Let's get ready for the next wild one. I can figure something out. Right?
This is what I want y'all to do. If you're from the East Coast, take a selfie. If you're from the West Coast, take a selfie. If you're from the Midwest, take a selfie. If you're from the dirty South, take a selfie. If you're from overseas, take a selfie. If you got Snapchat, take a selfie. If you got Instagram, take a selfie.
Radio station in the world is right here, right now.
Salute the Flatbush, I run the kingdom. Yardman vibes, New York to England. Killing social media, yes, I'm number one. YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. Heavy rotation, killing up the jam. Feeling on your boy from here to Japan. Shorties wanna twerk right now, I'm the man.
All right, folks, welcome to another episode of XY 101. I'm your host, Will D, and with me today we have
Calvin.
D-Train.
And on the mic,
Good one. You can see Will's face like, what?
oh, is it the damn button?
I mean, you gotta come up with a different horn.
Yeah, we got a different horn.
That's
Different
Train
horn.
that time. Train truck horn.
Charles in the house.
Like Charles the D Train or something.
All
like
right,
that.
so I don't know, maybe.
That's the D-Train.
Charles the D Train, like yeah.
That's his thing, man.
That's a good line, too. The D-Train's got a nice view coming over the Manhattan Bridge, is it? Is that the D-Train?
Actually,
Or is
yeah.
it-
Yeah. The orange line and the yellow line.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, today's episode is going to be about justice.
Ooh.
I know, it sounds like a serious topic. I know we're going to fuck it up somehow. But I don't even know why this popped up in my head, but I was like, you know what? Let's
Justice?
just go for it, see if we can do this one. So first and foremost, what has been going on in your life that you feel has just kind of been an unjust nonsense? It can be anything really superficial down to like the cops arrested you for just existing. So what do you got? What do you got?
Next.
Next.
For now,
Oh. Man, this I thought he would have a whole rant about
I know,
this
right?
one.
hold on.
You have in-laws.
Triple
Next.
I know. Okay. I didn't want to do it. So yeah, I cussed out my father-in-law.
Wow.
Sorry.
Cursed at him?
Why?
Or you
said
cursed him out?
why?
Yeah, why?
Five.
Five?
Say it again.
Wow.
Why?
Five.
Five. You saw
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Oh, Wi-Fi.
Just because of the Wi-Fi?
He asked me about Wi-Fi
You know-
in the middle of fucking
Or the
traffic
Wi-Fi? Which one?
in front of my fucking building, where just 3 weeks prior, somebody intentionally tried to hit me with their fucking car.
Oh, my.
This nigga with a panicky face goes, "Hey, is CJ the Wi-Fi?" And I'm like, when I realized what the fuck he was saying, I had about a good split second to step back, right? So I finally stepped my foot back, and beep! And I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And I said a whole bunch of other shit that I got lost in it.
That
I got,
one thing that
like-
just let out everything else out.
Yeah, I got lost in it, and I was like, I turned around and walked in the crib. Yeah, okay, next.
Wow.
All right.
It went through the emotions. You seen the
For real,
emotions
for
came
real.
out?
Yeah, the thing about it still irks him.
Yeah.
All right,
Ooh.
Charles. Anything unjust happened to you recently?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What happened?
If we can get one of these temporary license plates from the dealer that's supposed to be, good, get stopped by the cops, and I'm the one that has to pay for the fine.
Oh shit.
I was in the holding thing while they check to see
Yeah.
if I had a warrant for almost 8 hours.
What?
They were going through the FBI.
Bro, they have a
were-
dial-up service. Don't you know that?
They were going through
The
everything.
city's
damn,
not paying
dude.
for Wi-Fi.
They were going. they said, you know what?
Wi-Fi.
Asshole Anonymous had
Nope.
problems with his Wi-Fi, so we're not going to go through the Wi-Fi problem here. We're going to go to dollar.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
what happened.
I was like, yo, what's taking them so long?
Verizon DSL.
The
Shit.
good thing about it is they didn't take the car.
Uh-huh.
They was like, you know what? I know it's probably not your fault. Call your wife. My wife came and got it towed. But
Wait a minute. So for 8 hours?
So if not,
I was just sitting there.
Oh, my God.
Sitting in there. But they were cool. Like, they bring me. people in the cell were like, "How you getting fries, hamburgers, and all this stuff? We didn't even get a water."
Because I'm actually innocent.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I was
This is a
my brain
misunderstanding, like-
came out and said that.
They're
But I was
they're
like,
trying to avoid a civil suit for this
It's like, yo,
bullshit.
this is really a misunderstanding, motherfucker.
yeah. He,
Were you-
he did not catch me. He did not catch me with the gun.
Misunderstanding looks like.
Yeah.
Were you worried that your
And that's how you're
cellmates were
an
going to touch you?
Was I
I
worried
don't
about?
think I wouldn't do it.
No, actually, it's so funny, right? Because I go into a holding cell. There was 2 bums laying on the floor.
Haven't heard that word in a while.
Yeah, almost. Bums.
Bums.
You're supposed
Yeah,
to-
because that's to me,
You
there's a
hang
difference
around too many
between.
PC people.
you're supposed
Yeah.
to call
My
them.
mother used to call them bums.
Well, because they were homeless
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it was bums. You know, there's a 2 difference.
That is very true. That is
Yeah.
very true.
They're called
So-
unfortunate.
Homeless can be a guy you're working with who has to sleep at the Y.
Yeah.
A bum is that dirty nigga on the street who ain't trying to do nothing with
Yeah,
his life.
yeah, just drinking and smoking and
I
all
know
that.
bad bums.
Those are
Bad
bums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're
So,
bums with a home.
yeah.
So,
I actually thought that, okay, they're going to get up and then the guy that's on the side was going to act stupid. You know what I'm saying? They looked more scared of me.
Yeah.
this nigga got a bath, he got money.
They were looking at me like, I don't know if it's maybe the face I was having. I was like, because I was already pissed. Like,
Yeah.
okay, all
That was
these
probably
cars, all these cars with these temporary, but you're going to stop me with a van. And I'm doing DoorDash. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing a
Right,
good thing
right,
here.
right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was more frustrated. But
Sure.
then I just sat there, I just meditated, and I just smiled and joked around. And I'm like, can we go now
Yeah.
to get this service going? But
Yeah, it's like you'd like to send them a bill for the hours you lost.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
work
but
hours.
the thing is, like, you're attacking the people that are getting it, but not the people that are giving
Selling it, right.
it. That's why I say it's the injustice
Yeah.
of it. You know, it's like, oh, but you had a plastic on your license plate. Then attack AutoZone for selling them. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
I ain't got shit
Now
to do with me.
here's the thing. Who arrested you? What were their ethnicities?
Oh, one was black. No, 2 of them was black, and the other one was Spanish.
That may also be why you weren't nervous. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't. I asked him about if he was nervous that his cellmates were going to touch him in his no-no place.
No,
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, even the process, right? You sounded like you were more frustrated than scared or anything.
Yeah,
But you didn't have anything to really be scared of. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, even the cop that stopped me was pretty cool. Like, he was like, as soon as he came in, I lowered the window down on the driver's side, and I explained to him. I said, he said, "Can I see your license and registrations?" The first thing I would say is, "Why did you stop me?"
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Because your license plate looks like it's wrong, and you have a plastic over the license plate." And I'm like, "I brought it in AutoZone." I don't know. So then here comes the other driver, the other police on the other side. I looked at him. I lowered my window. I said, "Oh, this way, in case you want to speak to me, I can hear you better." So right there, I was already showing them I have nothing to hide.
Right.
Right.
So they felt more comfortable, made me more comfortable, you know. And then he was going to let me go. I can see it through the rear view mirror. But here comes a sergeant.
And that, yeah.
And that where it threw everything off. He came, he said, "Yo, I got to arrest you." So when I came out the car, he said, "Don't worry about it." Because I looked at his hand. He said, "Don't worry about it. I'm not pulling out no gun and shooting." I said, "I wasn't worried about me. I was worried about you." I said it just like that. And he looked at me. And as he was looking at me, the other guy grabbed my arm to handcuff me. Lifted with a hold. Lucky they didn't charge me with nothing. I twisted his wrist. And I said, "Ooh, I'm sorry. It's a flashback. You know, you can't grab a martial artist like that." You know what I'm saying? So it was a quick reflex. Like I said, and he was like, "Whoa." Like he said, "Oh," and the other guy grabbed me like thought I was going to
Throw
run.
you off fucking balance, and that's your ass.
Yeah, I told him I'm not running. I'm just putting my phone down. He said, "Yeah, put it down." I said, "Calm down. I'm putting it down. Here you go, slowly." So, and then at the end, he was telling me, "Yo, I didn't know you were a martial artist." I said, "Oh, damn, you were really checking my life up."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They checking license, everything. Because, you know, as a martial artist, you got to register.
Yeah.
They checked everything.
Wow.
For 8 hours, I think they even knew who I did in college. I'm like, wow. You know? They might have, right? You never know.
You may have.
They probably
Yeah.
called them. This is the review.
Yeah.
I'll
But-
open your business.
But that's the injustice that I had so far.
I have an odd situation. Y'all talk about cops, and I just came to a realization. So like 2 years ago, I was with Eric. Right, we were down by the bridge, which I now know is a dangerous place to be smoking weed at.
Which bridge?
George Washington.
Okay.
It's
Right.
a dangerous bridge anyway.
I mean, just the area where you coming up from coming up.
Washington Heights.
Yeah, so like we were coming up with a lot of weed. We had like not a lot. It was 3 dime bags in there, but it looked like we were making a drug transaction. If you've seen us coming up, white dude, black dude, he's dressed this way, he's dressed that way. It looks like a drug. It looks like some sort of drug transaction going on, right? We're coming up. 2 cops are coming down. Oh shit, we scared the motherfucker, right? So Eric is like, what was he saying? He was going, one chance, and I was like, shut the fuck up, because he was like saying it, like he's not like thinking it, he's saying it
out loud.
and I'm like, oh my god. So the one cop was like, what's going on, fellas? But the one behind him, he wanted that ass, like he wanted that poison. I now realize that that same cop, is a cop that walked past me every fucking day that I'm outside smoking weed and says the same fucking thing. How you doing, fellas? I just realized that as we were sitting here talking about that, you were talking about a cop.
So you already knew.
Yeah, he already knew.
I thought he was mad chill about it.
Sometimes I be like, when the cops see you smoking weed, they be like, hey, what's up, fellas? I be thinking in real life, they really want to say, hey, yo, what's up? Can I get some?
Yeah.
and they were looking out for me when I went out by the bridge to smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a car up, like when you're coming around the corner, it's a car here and a car here, right? So from one end to the other end, right? So I go out there like when it's dark and smoke weed. What's going on? Every night it's the same squad there. So they got used to seeing me. What's up? No problem. So like the police actually looked out for me.
As they should, since you were a soldier.
They should look out for somebody.
Shit.
But there's a lot. Like, you ever get stopped and then look at everybody else like, what? They doing worse. What you? That's what I felt like.
Oh, I threw one cop off. Somebody stopped me when I first moved to Washington Heights. And the cop, like, you know, they had like the jump out boys. A big old van jumped out. And I was smoking a cigarette. I was still smoking cigarettes then. Smoking a cigarette with my mail in my hand. One of the cops ran up on me. He was like, where you live at? I was like, 552. I'm calling out real fast. 552 West 171st Street, Apartment 2H. Got an ID? Yep. You got a state ID? Nope. I put my dog tags out like this and put out my veteran's ID card. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Motherfucker, yeah. God damn it. The only time I had a problem with the fucking police out here. That and the one time my wife had to pull her badge out in Popeyes.
In a Popeye?
In Popeyes. That same
Damn,
fucking
they were
Popeyes.
fiending for a fucking chicken sandwich that bad they're about to arrest people to cut that line?
Like,
They said, wait, you got the last tartar
they doing
sauce?
this. Yeah, right. The fucking tartar sauce. But no, like, everybody they don't see me as a fucking veteran. So I walk in, they were like, so I'm like, oh God, here we go. My wife walked in and purposely, leave me the fuck alone. You see a government ID, they'll leave me the fuck alone real quick.
What's up?
So- Other than that, the police been cool.
How about you, Don? Anything recently?
You know, surprisingly, I didn't think it was going to be unjust, but when it happened, it was a little bit unjust. Yeah, so I was seeing this young guy, like young, I mean like 20, and it was just sort of, you know, just casual stuff, right, for like 3 or 4 months, and I mean, I knew he was going to meet somebody his own age, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I texted him last week. I said, hey, it's been like 2 weeks. Are you okay? How's everything? Yeah, I'm good. I need to talk to you, though. So I wrote, oh, did you meet someone? And he goes, yeah. I go, oh, okay. So he chatted, told me about him and everything. And thank you so much. I feel bad. And I'm like, don't worry about it. You know, it's cool. We had a good time, blah, blah, blah. The end of the conversation, I like go back to watching TV, and I'm like, shit, I feel a little sad. You know what I mean? Like, like it was fun. It was a good guy, you know. We had fun together, great conversations, and I'm like, I didn't think I was going to feel this way.
Right.
You know, it was almost a little sad. But, you know, I said to him, look, you know, call me anytime if you want to talk or whatever.
I mean, I think this, regardless of what level seriousness the relationship is, you found somebody that you could spend time with and enjoyed yourself. So that loss is just kind of like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But, you know, that makes sense to me.
Lucky he didn't go in it in thinking of a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
That would have been worse.
Well, it's funny
If
because
you
I was thinking that at one point, you know, like
Maybe
very
this could turn into
super
something.
affectionate guy, and I am affectionate too, but like sometimes like all right,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, a little too much.
but he was like that all the time, and I thought to myself, oh, I wonder if he's like
Into you.
getting really attached, you know, which would be a problem down the line because I'm fucking 61 and
Right.
he's 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway,
So,
That was
what they call? Do they still call them gigolos? An
No,
older man with a younger
That's
person?
not a gigolo. He would be a sugar daddy.
Oh, sugar daddy.
Yeah.
No, but he wasn't giving him no money and
So
nothing.
then, I mean,
Ah,
that's
dinners
what that
and
would
shit.
more so be.
Oh, okay.
There's
What'd you say?
actually,
dinners and stuff.
Yeah,
There's-
dinner. That's what
there's
you call it, dinners
no-
and shit.
Dinners and shit?
No,
Okay.
there's no term for an older male chasing a younger anything because that's the expectation.
Uh-huh.
There's no like cougar term. For
Yeah,
an
you know.
older dude doing it.
Well, we
Dinners
never,
and shit.
no, a cougar's a girl.
He said it.
But this is my point.
I'm just kidding.
What is it What would you call an older man chasing a younger anything? A man.
Exactly. A man.
It's the expectation that usually the male is older in the
If
relationship.
a woman does it, she's
I
a
was
cougar.
gonna say Cub Scout.
No, actually,
That's definitely
Actually-
a fucking pedophile. All
no,
right, like
that's why when he
fucked
said,
up.
when he first said, "What is it, a man chasing a younger thing?" I wasn't like a Catholic priest. I don't know.
Yo,
I'm just
yo.
thinking. I'm just trying to figure it out.
The worst. The fucking worst.
I was thinking the words, but I didn't say it until he meant.
Yeah, my guy was definitely over 18.
Oh, okay. So then he wasn't a Catholic priest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, he's not exactly a cougar. I mean, he would be the male equivalent to a cougar, which is just a male.
And see, that's the only reason. The only reason I said Cub Scout is because you said cougar. So
Yeah.
on
Oh, Cub. Cool.
And
Cub.
I know why you said it,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
nasty ass.
McNasty.
it was kind of like a little weird play.
Very weird.
But that's definitely a thing out there. I mean, sugar daddy is a
Oh,
thing.
sugar daddy's a thing.
I get hit up for that all the time. And my standard answer is, dude, I'm trying to keep myself in sugar.
Right.
The occasional piece of chicken, so there's nothing left over for you.
And leftovers, right?
What happens though? Like right now, if you like coin that Cub Scouts and you hashtag Cub Scouts,
No, we're not.
We're not
You know
hashtagging
what?
no Cub
You know
Scouts.
what? Because I'm telling you, that shit sounds like a pedophile.
I know.
It sounds like a pedophile.
I
We're
know,
not
nigga,
hashtagging-
I know.
Pedophile
Now,
club.
if we want to use that term for pedophiles, I'm with you. Right? From now on, instead of saying pedos, we're going to say
Say
Cub
Club
Scouts.
Scouts.
We could do that. If that's what you want, we could do that. But we're not associating it with older men who have dating
Yeah.
things with younger people.
Yeah, you know, to keep on the same subject but a different thing. I seen
Terrible.
on Facebook one time this person saying that they wanted to like live in your house, go
Is this
here,
racist?
go there,
Uh-huh.
like like a sugar daddy type of thing.
Yeah.
But no sex involved. I read this. I started laughing.
That's
I was
called
like,
a waste of time.
Exactly. I was
Yeah,
like, you
like-
think I'm gonna let you stay in my house?
My
I'm gonna
question-
take you here, take you there.
Yeah,
and it
my
ain't gonna
question would be, what's in it for me?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, sure.
Some of these younger guys think that all older guys want is to have somebody good looking like that on their arm when they walk
Right.
in
Well,
a
that-
restaurant.
'cause that's-
Spread them cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, no, did that, done that. You just gonna
Get
spread
naked,
your
nigga.
cheeks. That's all you're gonna do. You know, I just want the younger guy because they can last a little bit longer. Let's go.
That's right.
You know, no money wise.
Cub
No,
Scouts.
same thing with these younger women. That's what they expect. They're like, oh, I'm pretty.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
else you offer?
What else, right?
Good pussy? Nah, who lied to you?
Yeah. But like good pussy, I can buy it for $29.99 on
Facts.
Amazon, and it comes, and I could keep it in the box and take it out.
Lifetime.
Oh my God.
And if I want to spend a little bit more, good $400, give me the whole body. You know what I'm
The problem
saying?
with that is you got a big cleanup job after
Hey,
that. With those.
listen.
No?
You drop it in.
You drop it in the bucket,
Well,
let
you
it
put it in
soak
the
up.
dishwasher with the
There
dinner
you
dish?
go.
That's all you do.
It's silicone, right?
Wash it
You
up.
can't wash it in the tub or some shit. Yeah, you do.
You be in the laundromat. You
10
doing?
minutes won't-
You washing
the
your
10 minutes
clothes?
to clean it won't be any worse than the 10 minutes you spent using it.
That's right.
Hey, listen.
10 minutes.
Goodness.
3 minutes.
About 3.
Man, if that's
Well, the
gonna
10
cost me
minutes
40
you gotta get quipped and put the
No,
lotion.
sometimes,
You know that
you
takes the 7
right,
minutes.
right.
You gotta
Yeah,
find
you
the
know.
right video. You gotta
Yeah,
do
you
the
know.
whole
Oh, true.
process.
The candlelights.
I gotta admit something, dude.
And then you be in the laundromat, everybody washing their clothes, and you watching the silicones.
I'm sorry, I have a question. I'm being
About popping
honest.
pussies?
No,
About
that's
titties?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, dude, I'm high, so I don't know what y'all was talking about. And y'all saying
Fuck
wash. Oh, okay. I lost
and
it.
sex dolls.
Sex
I
dolls.
lost that little piece right there.
The rubber,
Thank you.
butts with the everything else. Yeah,
Back
those
back
things.
onto the point
Okay.
of justice.
Yeah, what about you? What about what's
Me,
on- yeah.
work. It's just work stuff. You know, you got the bosses playing their favoritism for the other people who can roll their R's. You got the fucked up scheduling things, getting assigned to deal with difficult patients personally. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit happening at work. Then you got the mandatory overtimes that are happening now because they were too dumb and start firing excessive people along with people leaving anyway because of COVID.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's poor management all above our head. They can't even hire because the hiring process they like certain people, but those people can't pass the background check. Then you have other people who are who are interested in the job opportunity, but in their interview already can tell that the managers are not their suite of people. So like there's a whole bunch of bullshit happening at once, and it's not just our department. The frustration is being felt in various departments. A lot of people are upset, which means that the interaction with the coworkers is always at a tense level. A lot of the time, it's just stress.
Is mandatory overtime? Do you get paid, man? You get
time
paid
and a half
overtime.
for it, yeah, but
okay.
don't give a fuck about the money. Like,
Right,
I'm not
right.
broke. I have my just on my standard paycheck. I do good, so I don't need the extra money. I don't want the extra money. I
Right.
never volunteer for overtime because obviously my ass don't want to be there. So being forced to be there another 8 hours
Hours.
is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Can make you angry.
You can hear it in my voice, can't you?
Yeah. But you know, one of the things he said that
Like this.
I more goddamn Africans and let them work all the goddamn overtime.
Yeah. One thing
And I
that
say
he,
that it sounds like I'm being racist. It sounds like I'm being
But-
racist, but every goddamn African at our job and every job I've ever worked that involves security, them motherfuckers stay for 2, 3, 4 shifts if they can.
yeah, they be like mandatory
Yeah,
overtime.
because the job itself, 80% of the time isn't a lot of work.
Okay.
Then the way that they like to move, they don't really like to get involved in the grimy shit anyway. So for them, it's an easy 16 hours. So if I
Yeah.
can work 16 hours every day because I'm going to be awake for 16 hours, I go home just to eat, fucking sleep. That doesn't sound too bad. I make money all day, eat, fuck, sleep, do it all over again 4 times, 5 times a week. Sounds lovely.
You did say eat, fucking sleep.
And they take
Yeah.
that money, that extra
They
money,
did.
their paycheck is
But you-
bills here.
you notice
their
how
extra
he,
money is just bills at home. I know a lot of people who are African in America building homes in Africa for their families, for themselves, for retirement.
Oh, yeah.
They're-
Oh, yeah.
The exchange rate allows them to take that same paycheck, and it's worth so much more out there that several have started businesses, several have bought property, while having houses for them and their family, have houses out for rent. They make so much money back home that their family lives so lovely that that's why they strive hard here. And then they find a way to do it with ease because the exchange rate means they don't have to make $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 here a year. They just need to make $20,000, and they still good here and
they
at
still-
home.
yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
You,
I
you know
hate
the
to
one
hear about it.
injustice that what he was saying, like you get interviewed but your background don't pass. Like I think it's a real injustice if 10 years ago you did a little tiny misdemeanor, but for 10 years you didn't do nothing, but you can't get a job because you still got that.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
No, but I'm just saying, like some jobs would not hire you because you have that.
misdemeanor, yeah.
And I think that's the
And
that's
they're
like the
legally not even
unfair.
allowed to hold it against you. But if
Well,
they can
now,
find,
yeah,
if they can find other shit on your resume,
they'll look for something. I think
the
that's
city hospital, right?
no,
Oh.
private.
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 Yeah.
So this is a whole bunch of bullshit as far as that's concerned.
No, but those guys, if you tell them you want to do overtime, I was not leaving anyway. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like we have a guy who like anytime he only works 8 hours, we're like, yo, you having a half day? He's like, I know, right? He's like, I'm so not used to seeing the sun anymore. When I leave, it's not up. And when I go home, it's
yeah,
not up.
those are the.
Yeah.
I had one of those guys when I was working in the warehouse. He was like, if he doesn't, because we did 12-hour shifts. So if he does less than 16 hours, he's like, what do I do now? Where am I going to go?
yeah.
Home! Go home! You know what I'm saying?
Clean your
Damn.
fucking house. Go home and clean your house.
Go do something.
Clean your fucking
Now-
house.
What
Here's
about
this-
you? What about? Can you do a good imitation of an African?
Can I?
Is that racist? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. He looked at me like
Mother sucker.
Mother sucker.
Even if it is, I have no fucks to give.
I like that. Excellent.
Excelente. Remember what happened the last time?
I don't think I can
High
do an
five for
African
making
accent.
them do it. Boom. High five for doing it.
Hey,
Yeah.
boom.
I don't think I can do an African accent.
It is as much about the accent as it is about the speech pattern.
Yeah.
If you are able to do the pattern, you will be able to do the accent.
If you are able to do the pattern, you are able. No, that's
Well,
Indian.
now you're
Now,
definitely
now you
Definitely
more
Indian.
like Rajiv.
Yeah.
That
Now then you could be
Gagandeep. Gagandeep. Come
But,
here.
but it is a very similar thing. It's more so they change in the tone, and then you must also stretch out the words.
Okay.
People are really like, wait, what happened to
Other
the black,
thing-
white, and Spanish person in the XY?
I dated a guy from Nigeria once. He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ew.
What
Remind me
did you
of-
like him because of his accent or
I knew he was going to say something.
No, he was a cute
or
guy.
the accent?
He was a cute guy.
Avery
He
Spears
came
did that
fully
voice
equipped.
right there, and he goes, "Can you gargle my nuts? Can you do it?" Like that shit was
Can you
funny.
gargle on my nuts?
Yeah, I
Can you
can't.
get a gargle?
You take Avery Spears to do it. You have to go watch the clip. But can you gargle my nuts? Can you do it?
But that story about immigrants sending money home is age-old story.
Yeah.
My grandparents, when they came here from Ireland, I never met them because they died in the 40s, they were sending money home so that the next person could come over on the boat. And they were boats back then.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked. People just kept sending money over until everybody was here.
You
Yeah.
imagine rowing from fucking.
Yeah,
Ireland
that's
to America.
that's a
Okay,
big.
it wasn't that kind of a boat.
Wasn't a rowboat.
My dude's like, row.
It was like, row it.
Gently cross
Cross
the
the
sea.
Don't worry about the sharks. We'll just throw them to the T.
Just seeing someone to get
Right? It's rolling.
rolling his motherfucking ass away.
Who's taking over? My arms are tired. Who's taking over?
Watch that iceberg.
Right? But that was the whole thing of the Statue of Liberty too, because the boats used to come and they see that they felt the freedom. That was what that stands for. Now it just stands for birds to shit on it. But
No. It stands for some African dude ripping you off.
yeah, there you go. You
Bro,
know,
they literally they charge you $50 to $60 for a boat that goes closer to the Statue of Liberty, right? You still they used to
Still
be
don't
able
get
to-
on it?
You know, there used to be tours that would take you onto it until 9/11.
We
Right,
did.
right.
We
You
were
used to be
kids.
able to walk up and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
Like I was able to go. I think I was one of the last classes to go before that incident happened, right?
right?
Now they charge you for a boat that goes nearby. It sits there for a little bit. They tell you the same stuff they would have told you standing on the island, when you can literally see up close from the free ferry that goes to Staten Island. That's it. Like,
There you go.
my
Take the
friend
circle line.
My friend was visiting from Salem, right? Their first time to New York as an adult. I think they came when they were like 6 or 7, so they didn't do everything. And it's like, I want to see the Statue of Liberty.
Shit, I want to go to
So we're
Salem.
walking around Battery Park from like Pier 25, and I think we did mini golf or some shit, and then we went down and we were walking down. So before you even get to the ferry, some dude was just like, "Hey, you want to see the Statue of Liberty?" She's like, "Yeah, I really want to." I'm just like, "No." He's just like, "Wait, don't you want to see that?" I'm like, "We will, but I'm from here." No. I just take him, and we
Just
hop on
take-
the boat. Literally, the difference is about 50 feet.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all bugging if you think I'm paying $50 a
Dollars.
person when there's a free ferry.
Right.
And not only that, ain't the MTA boat passes right by there too?
Yeah. And
$275.
Really?
See, that's even more. That's too expensive for my blood.
He got the free,
The
but
ferry
if
is
you
free.
want to
All the ferries
look
are free.
255.
Huh?
No, that's
the
a ferry.
The ferry is always free. The
I
to
know.
go to
It's
statue
still free.
to go to Staten Island.
Okay.
Yeah,
It goes to 2 places, and it don't go nowhere else.
that's
Yeah.
it. You
Every
come right
half
back.
hour.
You come right back. You see it twice.
I used to work down there. I worked on State Street.
Yeah. See,
right
but these
there.
are
Yeah, right there.
these are the gold things that people don't know about if they're not from New York. You know,
Yeah.
so they'll get you out there.
Now, what do y'all think about? So I saw this California thing where they're going to be trying to calculate reparations. So what do you think about this idea of a state by state repertory thing being done? Like
That doesn't make sense to me.
that's what
You
I'm
know why it
saying.
doesn't make sense? Because not every state was a slave state.
Well,
But the
one-
federal
well,
government
well,
supported slavery.
Yep.
So let's get the federal government to pay for it.
I agree, but also I think it becomes hard. Like, so if you look at my grandfather's family alone, right, on my dad's side, his family has lineage from California, where they're doing this thing now, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania and Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Right? So now, am I entitled to 3 different state things?
Right.
None of them, only where he literally lived because his parents moved from this state to this state? Like, how does it work? How far back does it go? How do we trace all the things? Whatever.
I
Too
wish
complicated.
Right.
y'all
Right.
can see. I'm talking about I can go right back to where
Oh, you were.
you know what I'm saying? That's my family place right there. You
Yeah.
see?
They own the land that they kept.
Yeah.
Put it to you that way.
That's me right. I can go right back to own my motherfucking reparations. You
Right.
heard?
He's
You
like,
dig?
I don't
Where
care
is
if I get
that?
it from the
Huh?
feds or from
Where
South
is that?
Carolina. I know my
South
shit.
Carolina,
Oh my
Orangeburg.
Wow.
Huh? Wow, what the fuck, dog? Oh shit! I own my motherfucking reparations.
Yeah, but
Them
I-
old Coke bottles.
in a
Yeah,
way,
look at that.
Oh, nice furniture.
Want to see?
in a way, I think about it in a certain
Sent you
different
this
way.
already. Yeah.
If let's say right now I'm rich, right, and I pass away, my son or my daughter's going to get it. I'm not thinking of my great grandkids that are going to get my money. You know,
Actually-
so that's why I think like, do you
That's
really
not true.
deserve the money that your
that is
family?
not true. Look at whatchamacallit? What do they call those damn schools? The
Charter school?
no the colleges like Princeton and
Right.
League?
So
Ivy
Ivy
League?
Leagues, right?
Right.
Grandpappy and all of them did that shit back in 1800 and something, right?
Right.
Established that school. Their trust
No, I
funds.
think it was even further than that.
But that's
Yeah.
But that's my point. Like, you have all these long established things. Sure, in your head, you're only thinking that my wealth is for this next kid. But when
Right.
when you're supposed to be thinking of generational wealth, there's a reason why we were laughing about the Kennedy name and we talking about that shit's gonna go all the way down as long as it can until your bloodline dies out. You get what I'm saying? The kings of England or whatever were thinking, oh yes, my son will be the next king and we will be down from now until the end of time. You're supposed to have that mindset that 16 generations down the line, your family still has money because hopefully there's not that one drunk son who just blows that shit all in Vegas.
That's why I say, like, if you have,
Fuck that, bitches.
Now you have all these people that coming up talking about, yeah, my family needs this. What's your family? I don't know. Great grand. So you don't even know your family history, but you want the family money.
But here's the
That's
thing,
why
though.
I think
Here's the
it's
thing,
kind of
though.
wrong.
If we have somebody who's like a 16, 17 generation elite shit over at an Ivy League, right?
Right.
Why can't I, who's just some nigga in the Bronx, get my shit back from my grandpappy from 16, 17 generation? He was on Cropping Fields. I want that nigga's money now.
Yeah.
Right.
Same shit.
The problem
I
is
mean-
This kid that's at Princeton didn't deserve that shit either.
Yeah.
I should get some shit too.
the problem is right now them trying to prove it.
That's the hardest part.
They can say, I'm going to give you all the money in the world, but now how are you going to prove that that is your family line?
Right.
So you-
When a lot of
Well, you can.
when a lot of the history
Well, like
when a
all
lot of the
these
history and paperwork has been lost. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said government is just using this as an excuse to try to act like they want to give stuff back to us because they're going to grab you in the other way. Okay, I'm going to give you the money, but where's your proof?
Well, you see, now this could be interesting
You know what
because
I'm saying?
if this is the case, right? If you were to look at how many are, if you're going to do state by state, you can look at how many people were enslaved in your state, if there was any ownership, anything, whatever, of that sort of thing, even down to the indentured servants. And at a general cost, because if you do the census, and this is another way to get minorities to actually participate in the census, which would affect other things, just throwing that out there. Based on the census, you can reallocate the money, like a certain amount, divided amongst the people. And whatever you get, whether it's actually acquired, whether your family is somewhat. But if you're in that state, that's what you get as part of the reparations. That could be cool. If we did it at a federal level as well, like how many people were enslaved, let's do the math, yada, 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 and break that amongst all people who, submitted the census, boom. The same way that they're doing now with the free $2,000, whatever, based on your kids, whatever. If you do something like that, it may not be an exact, calculation of what you're owed, but it's something.
And niggas still gonna complain.
Well, niggas gonna complain about everything.
Listen, they're going to be like,
This
2000?
kid-
Why you didn't give me 2001? Like, you know what I'm saying? They will always look
Right,
for something.
but I think at the same time, if you're trying to play face with a stunt like this, I think that's a valid way to do
Yeah,
it.
like the stimulus checks. Instead of calling it stimulus check, you call it something else and just give everybody a monthly check like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Biden wants to do, but people are like, nah, you bugging.
Well,
can't
because
even-
some people
he
are saying
can't
everybody else doesn't deserve. Like, not everyone deserves it.
That's not going to happen. for a
Maybe
long
it's his
time.
name. Maybe
Not
it's
with
his
this
name.
Congress.
I think it's
Not
his
with
face.
these
His
Republicans.
name is boring.
Oh, no.
Joseph Biden.
His name is like mad fucking boring.
Now, you know what? We're just too used to, like, the supreme controversial asshole being president.
I mean, yeah,
We've
like
gotten
he was
addicted to controversy.
he was a shit,
That's
but
what-
like Joe Biden just seems like a guy you want to go eat a bowl of rice with.
Not even.
I don't even.
Not even.
I don't mean a bowl.
White rice?
Yeah, like some white, like some quinoa, some shit, like whatever.
Like quinoa.
Like you want to meet with him to like you want to go and have like a place where you got to kind of dress up a little bit. You want to go eat with him at that place. That's Joseph Biden.
I don't see. No, here's the thing. Joe Biden that was with Barack Obama in memes is the Biden that I want to hang out with. Joe
Yeah.
Biden that exists now.
That's Joseph.
I don't even want to. I don't want to. Yeah, exactly. That's Joseph. That's not Joe. That's
Like,
Joseph.
you don't meet Joseph for fucking donuts.
The old Biden, I would confuse Joe Biden and Joe Budden because he seemed to be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now he's Joseph Biden, and I'm like, oh, it's another white guy in office.
Yeah.
It's like, you know
Joe
why?
Budden's becoming Joseph Budden.
Well, that's
Because-
another ballgame.
Yeah, I'm just
We're not even
well,
gonna talk about
yep.
that.
Well, it's the name. Like my name, my original name is Charles, but some of the friends be like, "Yo, Charlie."
I don't mean that.
But if I be like Charles, they be like, "Oh, that's the formal."
That's
You know what I'm saying? So Joe is like, "Hey, that's my friend Joe." No, it's Joseph.
Joseph.
Maybe
Oh,
he's trying
okay.
to-
So he's
Nobody
not.
ever
A,
called you
inject
Chuck
some-
before?
oh yeah, my hillbilly friends in PA.
What's going on, Chuck?
Yeah, but then when we met a Chuck, they didn't call me Chuck no more. They had to call him Chuck because that's his name. So they didn't want to confuse it. So it was Charles, or in the Spanish people that didn't know how to say the CA, Charlie.
Charlie?
I'm like, there ain't no Charlie in there. You know? Chuck.
Chuck we talk about here is Norse.
Yeah. And we don't even talk about him that much.
Exactly.
Where's this other guy? Where's Lettuce Man?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I
He
messaged
coming?
him.
Lettuce?
He's probably asleep.
Chuck?
Well, Lettuce said he didn't have the address at first.
Let us pray.
Let us pray.
Let us pray for lettuce.
Lettuce boom.
But yeah, okay. Now here's one because I'm not sure if I've noticed much change in this. But do you think there is more racial justice in America since the George Floyd murder?
I can't say there is.
Hold on, what?
Since George Floyd
Floyd.
was murdered,
Yeah.
I
do
think
you feel
that-
like there's been a change for more racial justice in America? Like, have you seen more?
I think
change?
it's more racial fearness
No.
than anything.
So when I say racial justice, I mean like, are you seeing more policies change? Are you seeing more
No.
like, even on paper, right? Like,
No,
it
I'm just
seems
seeing
to-
more talk.
I see a lot more talk. Yeah,
I've just seen
that's
more
about
talk.
it.
I see a lot more awareness.
Hold-
I've seen a lot more cops hands off on situations, but that doesn't necessarily
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
help.
I
Fearness.
seen a
Awareness.
bunch more.
That's why I say
violence.
fearness. There's more racial
what?
I
fearness.
seen a whole bunch of like a lot more bollocks because you got like a whole bunch of attempts at fucking trying to get something done, and you have so many of those fucking groups to where you miss what you're trying to.
Oh, there's an oversaturation with nothing
Yeah,
actually
man.
happening.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have all of these justices that you're trying to get, and it's like, which one do I sign up for? Or like which one? Like
too
which?
many.
I think the idea of intersectional feminism is. I feel like that's the general term that includes everything that's supposed to be fought for these days. It's in theory really great.
Yeah.
It's in theory makes a lot of sense. It's the same reason why MLK got shot, not doing anything about the actual event had nothing to do with racism. You know what I'm saying? It had to deal with labor rights. But when you do too goddamn much, nothing gets done.
Mm-hmm.
So not to say that not every organization should support each other, but you need to have your people focus on just black issues, right? And people who are just focused on feminist issues, and people who are focused on LGBTQ issues. Man, that thing just gets longer and longer to fucking say.
QIA and all that.
All this other So
Incest, too.
you need people who focus on these things, and literally where the intersectional should come is just backing each other up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But not
Supporting
everybody
human
trying to
rights.
exactly. It
Yeah.
all falls under human
'Cause it-
rights, civil rights.
Mhm.
If they're holding a rally, you guys just don't schedule your shit on the same day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it should work in cohesion.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
But
they doing
what it shouldn't be is now that we're focusing on let's say Black Lives Matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not turn this into a Black Trans Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
That's it.
Let's finish this first. Let's
You
finish
know
this
what I'm
one.
Give
saying?
fuck what you
Let's-
is.
Until we accomplish this goal, let's not move on to the next one, group. You know, what I'm saying?
And I think that I definitely agree with him because I was saying that the other day. Why are you going from A and straight to D? We didn't finish A yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
and this is where it gets lost.
And notice that ever since, so we had BLM kind of on a growing wave, especially once the murder happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And within a month's time, it went from being just Black Lives Matter to Black Women's Lives Matter.
Well,
But when that hit, though, there at least was something that happened with Breonna Taylor. You get what I'm saying? So now you can even see how that, you know, and at the same time, it didn't feel like the two of them were even arguing yet until somebody posted a video of someone at a rally who, you know, was attacked for being homosexual. Then it turned to Black Trans Lives Matter and all this shit. And then in the last year, 3 months after that incident, we don't hear about anything related to the movement. Because now once the movement shows that it's broken up and disfocused and unorganized...
It falls. And then with the whole controversy of she was stealing the money from the Black Lives Matter
and
thing.
This was happening. That was,
And then you had the other situation with that girl, the 16-year-old girl. Everybody hopped on that because she went to stab the other girl.
Oh,
She got
recently,
shot.
yeah.
Pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
pop.
And
And it was like, yo, when you...
Oh, that's when, LeBron
me
really
personally,
came.
I have a 15-year-old, right? I'm a cop. I see somebody like that.
With a knife.
I have to shoot you. And you see how quick that shit got swept under the rug because
No, but
They
were like-
realized,
yeah.
like,
yo,
No, but you know,
gonna kill her. Like, yeah.
but
so-
the real thing happened is because they only showed that last clip on the media, and everybody went through
the video-
without
no,
finding out.
It had nothing to do with the clip. So originally, the clip itself is still kind of fuzzy, just for most people. The addition of the weapon is shown through her movement, but because of witnesses' account that she was attacking the female, right?
And
The issue became is that when everybody heard the story, it was, oh, a cop shot a 16-year-old girl. Who
Yeah,
was
that's
fighting.
all they said.
That's all they said.
Yeah.
So now, and I'm telling you, it took only 6 hours before I heard robber. Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah, once they got
because
once
the
they
video was like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, she was beating someone up. Like
once they got the
yeah.
video from the neighbor's camera, and they got the whole video.
Somebody tried to say like, oh, why didn't he use the taser gun? Because she had a
Because
blade, so he could
okay,
reach for
and the
whatever
thing
was
about
gonna
it was,
stop her.
if you watch that video, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was somebody over here too kicking another bitch in the head.
Yeah,
So
they were
like,
all fighting.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck were the adults at?
Mm-hmm.
They were fighting on the fucking sides, right? So there was nobody to stop.
The adults are fighting too.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
adults
know
were
if they were
arguing.
I don't know if they were.
It wasn't just a one-on-one. There was a bunch of people.
Oh, okay.
And I
in this
can't say
altercation.
I'm not gonna say that they were the adults. You know what I'm saying? It was people there.
Yeah.
They looked like they were older. I'm
Because
not gonna
literally,
say.
it was her with the knife that even broke up one of the altercations happening. 'Cause they were like, "Oh shit!" Because now they're like, "Oh, this just went next level." When
Yeah.
the cops were there, and then the shots went off, and that's when the shot is what stopped the
Yeah.
next fight, and they ran thinking they were going to shoot everybody.
Because when
Yeah.
you like you get out, like this is what you see. Like fuck all of that. Like that's just a punch and a kick.
And
Fuck
there's a
this
weapon.
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's a weapon. You got to go.
And-
Shoot the
and
person
thing
with the
about
weapon.
it is that cops are trained to shoot center mass for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So any shot that they do should immobilize, but because it's center mass, because they figure they're not going to be pinpoint accurate snipers. That if you're shooting in your chest and the kickback, you might hit a shoulder, you might hit a leg, you might whatever. But if they do hit the target, you're going to hit something vital,
That's why you had that shot group. Make
And
sure
it-
you get it in there.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so his intention necessarily wasn't to shoot to kill; it was to shoot center mass.
Right.
And in the process, because this person was trying to take someone else's life, he took hers. Like that's what happened.
But in the beginning, they did not see that. They didn't want to see that. They
No.
don't want to see a white cop just kill the
Kill a
black
black
little
girl.
girl. So they were all going crazy. That's why LeBron had a lot of issues with the media because they attacked him back. Because LeBron was like, "No, we need to go over there. You don't know the whole story yet. Calm down. Let the story come out." You know what I'm saying? Because they said the key word was they investigating to find out what happened. So let the videos come out because this was a nice suburb type neighborhood. Everybody had cameras. What happened? Across the street,
I'm
they
telling
filmed the whole thing. The arguing before it,
Motherfuckers
during it,
probably
and
think-
after.
I heard about it at lunch, right? And by the time I'm home and my game does the reset for the day, I heard everybody in the internet like, "Yo, the cop, yeah, he did what he had to do."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
They changed their
y'all
mind.
were really bugging out.
They changed their mind. They swept it under the rug.
It-
No, sorry, no, nothing.
Nothing. He didn't. And then what killed me is that it made me think of that Trevor Noah skit, where he's like, I hopped on the internet one day. Yeah, I hopped on the internet one day, and I was, and I saw that people were like, "Oh, why can't we have a black James Bond?" Then I went out to Ireland and Scotland and we just do some traveling and realized like I'm the blackest person here. It would never work. Imagine trying to get away from a villain and you're just like, he's right there because he's the dot in the whole thing. It just doesn't work. I had to be like, rabble over.
What is that black motherfucker doing here? That
was more India. Yeah. They even looking at the.
You're talking about?
You know the GPS.
As high as I am, that shit sounded right. I'm telling you. Yo, fuck what y'all talking about. When I heard what I heard.
If you ever heard a leprechaun sound like that Indian dude, that's a hell of a movie.
That's a.
So was that racist?
It was just wrong.
It was just wrong.
It was funny. It was funny though.
It was funny.
There it is.
There we go.
Going.
There we go.
Hey, by the way, you're black. You can't be racist. By like default.
That's what my daughter told me.
No, by the definition of the term racist, no, you can only be prejudiced. You have no
well,
power.
What if he
if you don't like a certain
doesn't
race,
like people who are white?
He can
Everyone
only
who
be,
is
he can
white.
only be prejudiced. Racism has nothing to deal. So like the definition of the word has nothing to deal with color. It has to deal with
the race.
No, not even in race. It has to deal with who's in power. So as an American black, we hold as a community hold no real power. It's the white people who do. So white people can be racist. Everyone else here is prejudiced. You go to China, whatever group is in power. You go to India, whatever group is in power. That is the racist group because the racism has to deal with a whole bunch of institutionalized systems and things like. So whoever's running the show are the racists, right? They're singling out a group. The Germans in the 1930s were fucking racist to Jews, but the Jews would obviously hate the Germans. They could be prejudiced. They can't be racist. That's
right.
how that works.
I think most people don't understand
say
that
everybody's
They don't.
finer
prejudiced.
point.
I just think you're just prejudiced.
I mean, I don't. I always when someone says they're racist, I don't.
I just think they don't like a race.
Yeah, they
Certain
don't like
race.
another race. That's
Mhm.
what I.
It's a common misconception.
Yeah, that's how I put it. But to me, I'm prejudiced, judgmental. I don't like nobody until I meet you. That's how I tell people. Oh, you don't like that person? Why? Because he's black? No, because I don't know him. That's why. Why you don't like him? Because he's white? No, because I don't know him. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Until I know him, then I can say I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say nothing about his background.
You shouldn't dislike anybody till you get to know them. No,
Yeah, right. No, that's not how it works. You gotta earn the respect, not given the respect.
Thank you.
I don't give you the respect. I make you earn the respect. Because a lot of people, if you give, then that means you're a taker. And if you take, you're gonna keep wanting and wanting. No. You know what I'm saying? When we meet you, hi, how you doing? Now let's start earning each other's respect.
I
That's
hate
how that
old
works.
people. That's why I hate old people. They try that bullshit.
What, the old
I'm
people?
old. You need to respect me. Why?
Why?
Why, nigga?
No, I respect that you are elder. That I do, but I don't respect the eldest. That's a different thing.
I don't even
respect
respect
you. I respect you. No, I'm saying I respect that you're an elder because you went through a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to respect you as a person because you're an elder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different
So we're on
thing.
the same page. Yeah.
You know? That's why I hate when the elders be like,
Yeah,
but I'm an old person, respect me. And what?
Yeah, you could still be old. And
respect.
You know what I'm saying? I respect that you old.
I know you experience a lot, but it doesn't. See, the thing is, when you have someone who's older and actually wise, they acknowledge the fact that they know things, right?
Right.
But not everything.
they don't try exactly that. They don't know everything that they can't tell you about now because this isn't their generation. You know what I'm saying? So when you try and break stuff down about how things work with you and like your friends, like that's wrong. No, that's not how this works. I bet your parents told you the same thing, right? Because it's a different generation. This is just how we move, not how you.
Right.
So
If I want to learn about history, guaranteed I'm
I'll
going to
come
talk
to
to
you
you.
if I can't find a textbook or Google.
But that's how I did. A lot of my histories, I went, no lie, over there. We go to 14th Street, maybe 37th Street in the park areas, and I used to talk to the elders. You know, the ones that came here, not the ones that were born here, the ones that came here about slaveries and stuff like that, you know? And they will tell you a different story about what the book says,
Yep.
you know? And then when I used to write my report, this is wrong. No, it's right because I did my research.
And that's from
So, you
And
know,
I talked to somebody that was dead, motherfucker.
word.
you know, he's the one that ran across the street when the dogs were chasing. You wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you learn your history. Even with my grandparents, I didn't ask my mother. I asked my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows what her mother was telling her. You know? Because after a while, the story changes.
Of course, telephone.
You know?
Yep.
So you got to go to the source. If my great-grandmother was alive, I would have gone to her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
and, My grandmother would be like, don't let your mother fool you. She was a bad little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll tell you the history of your thing, and that's how you learn the history. More than books, because books is written by man, just like a Bible.
That's right.
So they're going to change words and they're going to add words.
Whatever's going to sell.
Yep. So
But on that note, we're going to wrap up here. And this has been another episode of XY101. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That sounded weird.
just